All right, you guys, we got to take the 720 GTR. Now, I say GTR because, well, these right here, see these? Don't they look a lot like a P1 GTR exhaust? Well, that was my intention. Now, this video is not about the 720 GTR. It's the car we're gonna take because the car that I currently have in my garage. The Huracan is the topic of discussion today. That's right, the OG Tire Slayer. But is it the OG Tire Slayer? Do you guys really know what car I started the channel with? Now, you guys all want to hear this car and what it sounds like. Now, I promise you one thing in today's video, there is going to be absolutely no clickbait. I'm serious, there's no clickbait whatsoever. This car has been under development. Now we have the full exhaust, downpipes, X-pipe, new turbo inlets, and those amazing tips, mainly made out of titanium. And check this out, I've been doing a little tuning of myself, you know, becoming my own little Jesse from Fast and the Furious, if you will. VF Engineering's been working with me on developing the tune for this car, and they've been doing it all remotely. It's actually really cool. You'll see it in a future episode. But let's get back to the cold start. Exhaust, and today's video is going to deliver in a big way because we're going to talk about the Huracan, how it's gone through 5 different build stages, 5 different looks from the day that I bought it, how it's gonna, well, let's just say all good things come to an end. I should say all good things come to an end, but get the best they possibly could before it ends. You'll see what I mean. What a car the 720 is. Fast, sexy, I love it. But it's not the car we're here to talk about. All right, I had to pull over because we need to talk about this. Well, not this. We need to talk about the Huracan, but you gotta check out this view because I live in beautiful British Columbia, and check this out. Doors up, check that out. Gorgeous. Okay, enough of the view. I know. Huracan's final edition. Super exciting. Here's the sad news. I'm not rebuilding the car after this. The Tire Slayer. Gonna still slay tires, but the builds are gonna come to an end after this one. It's had a good run, you guys. 4+ years by the time we're done this. I just want to reveal to you exactly what we have planned, what we're doing. Doing a complete makeover with a Super Trofeo Evo kit. Now this is built by Lamborghini. This isn't just some aftermarket company that made this kit and had to do some basic wind testing or, you know, aero on the car. I mean, this is the real deal. This is the big money, millions and millions and trillions and billions of dollars of R&D has gone into this. This is off their race car, which also makes it very challenging to take this kit and put it onto a street chassis because it's meant and built for a tube chassis. And so we're doing our best to fabricate and get everything ready to put it onto the car. We've gone ahead and pre-ordered some parts we know we're gonna need to build this car to make it as seamless as possible, fit onto the body. And those have been sitting around for the last several months. So now the kit's gonna land in the next couple of weeks, and we're gonna get the Huracan down to LTMW, who's doing the build, and we're gonna get everything underway. We have to quickly do a review in honor of the Tire Slayer. It's had 5 editions, you guys, and this car is near and dear to my heart because a lot of people remember the channel when I started with my 2006 Gallardo and drove it in the forest and did the Jim Kahana practice donuts, which was really like the first OG Tire Slayer. But the channel was so small, most people don't remember that car. Then there was the 458. A lot of people knew that car because then I was starting to get like 50,000 subscribers, but it's still minuscule compared to the Huracan. The Huracan is really what we like to call the hero car. All brands typically have some type of a hero character. You know, Disney has Mickey Mouse and along with all the other characters. And for our channel, we have all these cars, but the true hero car, I'd have to say, is the Huracan. That car's got to go out with a bang, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, we have a few controversial modifications, if you will, that I would like to suggest, and I really want your help. And you guys can comment in the comment section below. Right after we're done talking about the 5 editions previous to the final edition, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, so stick around, stay to the end of the video. Also, if you're you're one of the people that watches Daily Driven Exotics and hasn't subscribed, do me a favor, smash the subscribe button. So let's do a quick review, last 5 editions of the Tire Slayer. All right, so we're starting with edition 1. We had Protective Film Solutions, who's done all the wraps on the car, basically recreate the old 458 Tire Slayer look. And I added a VF Engineering supercharger. That car was a menace to society right out the gates. We were hitting all sorts of different environments in that car. We created world's first winter-driven supercar rally called Snowball Rally. I drove that car for miles and miles and miles back and forth between Canada and the United States. It got a lot of miles put on it real quick. And that car went quickly from that first edition to a second edition, which then had a complete Vorsteiner Novara carbon fiber kit. Front bumper replacement, rear bumper replacement, fender replacement with the louvered fenders, side skirts, and a wing. And we had a lot of fun with this car. It was very dramatic upgrade from the stock look of the Huracan. Shortly after taking it on some off-road expeditions, I unfortunately ripped the rear bumper off and chose to go bumperless, and we quickly found a replacement by putting a chassis mounted wing, which to this day has stayed true on the next few editions. And then we get into the 3rd edition of the Huracan, had a Nardo gray kind of esque looking backdrop with a similar but thicker racetrack livery, which is these outlines, these squiggly lines are of racetrack outlines, different racetracks all over the world. And then we had these bright blue wheels that I got Brixton Forged to make for me. And that was the idea, was to tone down maybe the look of the livery and go a little wilder on the wheels. And I had a lot of people who loved this car, and I had a lot of people who hated this car because we did a monoblock front and a 2-piece rear with a lip, and that was kind of a different look. And you know what, you guys, controversial in this business always seems to pay the bills. We got right into a 4th edition, which was a wheel now made by the sister company to Brixton, Skoll. And we came out with a bright orange wheel to go with the bright orange camo SVJ wrap, which I just was in love with. That was probably one of my favorite additions of this whole build process. That car really stood out. Shortly after that, we ended up doing some air ride suspension. That unfortunately was a big flunk for me. I found out that it just wasn't a very daily drivable, daily stuntable type of piece of equipment that I wanted to keep on my car. 5th edition of that car, one of my favorite cars of all time, a P1 GTR, of course, which is why I'm doing a 720 GTR. And we went with a livery that was from actually specifically the Lark edition P1 GTR. That was that two-tone bright neon orange I went with because we couldn't replicate that MSO Lark pink. So PFS came up with this neon orange and then went into this metallic gray in the middle of the car, and then the orange on the rear. And of course we had some grayish tone matte wheel from Brixton to match everything up so it looked very much like a P1 GTR. I love that car. And of course, one of the biggest modifications, as you guys may know, eventually came from the twin turbo kit at Sheepy Race that we did. The VF Engineering supercharger was amazing. It was consistent. It had a good amount of power, but you tend to get used to things and you just want more and more and more. My dream was always to have a twin turbo Lamborghini. I remember when twin turbo Lamborghinis were pretty rare and they were being installed on Gallardos, and I mean, they were just like nothing you'd ever seen. They sounded insane. They were some of the fastest cars on the planet. They shot huge fireballs. I mean, when I started doing YouTube, I was like, that is the YouTube car. A twin turbo Lamborghini that is the end game. And you know, you fast forward a few years, and over that period of eventually getting to that, what I thought was the end game, a lot of people had started doing twin turbo Lamborghinis, and with the Huracan platform, it was much more reliable. In the end, the final edition Huracan is going to be this Super Trofeo Evo kit. You can see from the render, you're probably going, well, where's the rear wing? The big massive wing. I decided to do the render without it because I thought, what if we did a version, and this is where I'm stuck. This is the controversial part. Do I do a wing delete and just keep that roof scoop and the fin that goes down the center of the engine cover and not put the wing on? I don't know. You guys comment below. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. That is the part I think would be pretty controversial, is putting an Evo kit on a Huracan and wing deleting it, because the wing is so substantial. It's such a big piece of also the aero, so I'm hoping the car would handle just as good. But my Huracan never came with a wing anyhow. Top speed wise, it would definitely be a lot faster. This car is currently going to be getting complete in the next month to month and a half. I just want you guys to know I really appreciate everybody watching the channel. I know things have changed. I know with COVID and everything, we're adapting as best as we can, but I guarantee you the second everything goes back to a little more normal and we can travel again, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be doing meet and greets, and we'll be taking final edition Huracan and the 720 GTR, the Mercy when I fixed that belt on it. Of course, we can't forget about the twin turbo F12. I mean, we have so many crazy builds, and we want to bring those cars to you guys so that we can share them, because we ultimately, the DD fam, all collectively built this channel and have these cars together, and you guys deserve to see these cars in person. We're really hoping, fingers crossed, 2021 is going to be a big year, a big travel year. We'd like to get off of this continent, go around the world again. We miss Japan. We'd like to go to Australia. We definitely got to go to Europe. Thank you for watching this video. Smash that subscribe button. 57% of you who watch the channel haven't even subscribed. It's free. It's easy. Just click it. Even before we do the final edition build, I think we got to put the 720 GTR up against the Huracan Tire Slayer. What do you guys think? I'd be really curious. We'd have to do a couple of challenges. You guys will come along for the ride, but I think I've done enough talking. The sun's setting. Thank you for watching this video, you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Let's fire this thing back up. Let's close this door. Ho, 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 ho.